Hey Shuni, good evening. Hey, hi, good evening. Hi guys. For those who are watching on YouTube, good evening. Let me know. I'm an audible, right, guys? Please do text me in the chat box. Let me know quickly. Am I audible, right? Yes. Hope everything is good. Yes, guys, we'll start our today's session. Okay. Uh, yes. Before starting the class, still 2 minutes is there. I would like to give one small information regarding about this chapter. Okay, in ray optics in second term में दो chapter आता है ना. Out of all the chapters, ray optics and one more is wave optics. Right? These are the very two important chapters, right? And from these two chapters, from JE, NEET, or KCET board exam, where are you going to consider? Okay, out of all this post stream, you'll get a maximum weightage questions. Okay, from which chapters? Ray optics and as well as wave optics. Okay, these are the two very important chapters. Good. We can expect here minimum 4 to 5 questions in JE and as well as NEET from these two chapters. Okay, if you are completely thorough for these two chapters, means just imagine if you're completely thorough for these two chapters, means minimum 4 questions, means 4 are 16 questions will become. Sorry, 16 marks will become. Correct now? For that reason, my suggestion is like that. Don't neglect this chapter. Okay, try to put a maximum effort for this chapter and try to solve more and more numerical problems. If you're solving more and more numerical problems, means you'll get an idea about the concept and as well as how to solve the question. Correct now. For that reason, try to solve more problems. Good. Yes, we'll start our today's class. And meanwhile, guys, if you're getting any doubt means, please do drop your doubt in a chat box. Okay. If I know means definitely I will give the answer instantly. If I don't know means definitely I will give the answer in the next class. Okay. And we have started already ray optics, correct? In the, from past few weeks, we are discussing this one. And most of all, definitely by the end of tomorrow, we will complete this chapter. Okay, and here already in yesterday class, today before starting today's class, let us take a quick recall what we discussed in yesterday. Correct now, in yesterday class we started with a prism, right? Prism kya hota hai actually? Why prism? It is nothing but it's also optical instrument. Correct? Optical instrument, it's a transparent one. This is also basically transparent. Correct now, but the structure is completely different than what we have in the previous materials. Correct now, actually it has 5 faces. Correct now, out of 5 we divided 2 are the refracting surface. Here you can observe the plane diagram of the prism. Correct now, A, B, C. In this plane diagram of prism, AB is a refracting surface, AC also refracting surface, and BC is a base of a prism. And 2 another faces, there is a front one and as well as a back one. Correct now, this is the introduction for the prism. Yes, good evening. And next what we discussed, actually prism also it has a refractive index, means a denser medium compared to the air medium. Correct now, when we are analyzing the light phenomena in the prism. Now, if you consider the light where it is here, okay, the light when it is incident, first when it is traveling from air and then it is incident on the prism, then what will happen? Actually, medium changes, its velocity decreases. That's why refractive time. Again, it will be refractive time. Here, we need to find out the refraction angle also, and as well as the angle of deviation also we need to find out. Angle of deviation क्या होता है? Actually, refracted rays से extended incident ray तक whatever the angle is there, no, we call this one as an angle of deviation. Correct now, to find out the angle of deviation, we found one equation, that is delta is equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. Correct now, yeah, I1 is the angle of incidence. I1 is angle of incidence. Correct now, I2 means it's an emergent angle. Correct now, it's an emergent angle. Correct. And later on what we discuss, graph. Correct ना, ग्राफ में क्या क्या डिस्कस किया था? Actually, when ray of light which is incident on the prism, no, that time if in case just imagine the ray of light which is incidenting, this is a normal line. Correct now, very close to the normal line means it angle of incidence is very small. Correct now, if you keep on increasing the hey क्या हो गया इधर? Yes, good. If you keep on increasing the angle of incidence means angle of refraction also, sorry, angle of refraction here, refraction angle decrease hota hai, but the deviation angle kya hota hai? Decrease hota jata hai. Correct now, means increasing the angle of incidence, correct, initially deviation angle decreases. Correct now, yesterday I explained. And at one point I will tell you which point means, okay, at one point angle of incidence I1 will be equal to emergent angle I2. In that condition, deviation होता है minimum. Deviation angle क्या होता है? Minimum होता है. After reaching this minimum value, further if you are going to increase the angle of incidence, first one, angle of incidence I1, okay, the deviation angle start to increase. Further on increasing the angle of incidence, the deviation also increases. That is represented by this graph. Right? Okay. This is all up to we discussed in yesterday class. Correct now. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the prism formula. That is a means how to find the refractive index for the prism. Prism formula is nothing but we are going to find out the refractive index of the prism. Just a minute. Okay, just listen here, guys. This is a prism, right? Prism, we call it angle A is the BC is the base. If any ray of light, just imagine, sorry, just a minute. Huh. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, just imagine any ray of light. If it is incident normally on the prism like this is the incident and incident ray. Refract hota hai. Refraction, before refraction, we need to find out the angle of incidence means we are going to draw normal. Is a normal. From the normal angle is created, no, we call this one as angle of incidence. Correct? And after the refraction, the actual path of the ray will be like this. This is what the actual ray path, incident path. But due to the refractive index of this prism compared to the air medium, right, it has a higher denser one, right? That's why this incident, while refraction, it will be bent towards the normal. In normal ke taraf bend hota hai. Later on, for the second surface AC, it is acting as an incident ray. Again, we need to draw one normal here perpendicularly. Correct now? Now, actual path of light ray will be like in this direction, right? But due to the presence of air medium, now the ray of light which is moving away from the normal. Normal is the here, away from the normal means regular light direction से बहुत बाहर जाता है like this. This is what the emergent ray है. This is emergent ray. Here, I will tell you guys the minimum deviation. What I told you, know, minimum deviation, right? It will be happen when angle of incidence I1 is exactly equal to emergent angle. I call this one as an I2. ये दोनों angle equal होता है. At that condition, we call it's a minimum deviation. Angle of minimum deviation. You can identify this one by the figure also. When angle of deviation will be minimum, when angle of deviation is minimum, at that time the refracted ray is there, no? Suppose this is a P, this is a Q. Here PQ ray is there, no? This is a ray, red color wala. Okay, I will make color black that one. Okay, look at here. This ray is there, no? This ray is exactly parallel to the base of the prism, right? Here refracted ray, sorry, refracted ray is parallel to the prism. Just a minute, just a minute. Note down this one. Refracted ray parallel to base. Okay, that time we can easily return that one angle of incidence will be equal to emergent angle, that is I2. Clear enough? Yes, Sabhi, sure. Now we need to find out the value of prism refractive index. Okay, we can use the formula of Snell's law only. We can use that one, but we can't able to find out the refractive index by using that formula, because angle of prism, actually prism, to find out the prism refractive index, it will not depending upon the angle of incidence. Why, I will tell you later. Okay, just keep on concentrating here. Okay, how to find out the refractive index means, just first thing you have to think first, that is a Snell's law. Snell's law you have to identify first. Snell's law क्या कहता है actually? Refractive index is equal to sin I by sin R. Correct now? Basic one. If you want to write means write mu of G with respect to A also. Okay, A का value 1 होता है. Then the same equation you will get. I'm going to call this equation number 1. Now I need to find out the value of I and as well as R. Then after I need to substitute the value of I and R in this equation. Here, to find out the value of I and R, I'm going to considering that deviation angle is minimum. Right? What I'm considering here, listen carefully, deviation angle is minimum. Okay, deviation angle is minimum means we have an equation to find out the deviation. What is that? Deviation के लिए delta is equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. Correct now? This is what the equation we find out yesterday class to find out the deviation for the angle of the prism. Correct now? Here I1 means angle of incidence, I2 means angle of emergent, A means angle of the prism. For the minimum deviation condition क्या है? I1 is equal to I2. Correct now? For minimum I1 is equal to I2. If you substitute the I1 value I2 as an, we can write this one as an I itself, no problem. Then this value will become delta minimum will become I plus I. It is nothing but 2I minus A. Correct now? We need the here we need to find out the value of I. In equation 1 we can observe here I and as well as R, which we have to find out. Then find the equation for I from here. Then it will become minus A is there. If it comes to left hand side means it will become plus A. Then delta minimum plus A, right, is equal to 2 times the I. Correct now? Take 2 to left hand side. Then it will become denominator there. Correct now? It will comes to denominator. The I value will become delta minimum plus A divided by 2. Is any doubt up to this point? Let me know through the chat box quickly. Hi Surabhi. Hi Davangere team. Right. Awesome. Okay. Next we need to find out the value of R also. Correct now? R value also we need to find out from this same kind of equation, but we defined yesterday one equation. What is that? R1 plus R2 is equal to A. R1 किधर है? This is the first refraction angle. R2 क्या है? Incident angle for the second phase. I told you yesterday. Correct now? For minimum deviation here also R1 is equal to R2. Then we can directly write this one as an R itself. No problem. Right? Then if you substitute this value here means it will become 2R is equal to A. We need R value, right? R का value क्या होता है? A by 2. Clear? We got 2 parameters what we needed actually. Now substitute this R and as well as I value in this equation number 1. Then find out the value of mu. Mu will become sine of angle of incidence delta minimum plus A divided by 2 divided by sine R. Sine R means A by 2. Right? This is what the equation which we are going to use to find out the value of refractive index for the prism. Clear? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Is it clear? Hi, guys. How are you, Davangere team? After a long time, you came here. How is everything in Davangere college? Okay. It's fine. Okay, if it is understood means we'll jump to the next concept. Okay. Next concept is that prism formula same and refractive index ho gaya na? I want to tell you one more point here. I ask you one question. Will be the prism here? Okay, will be the refractive index, guys. This is the refractive index of the prism depending upon the angle of incidence and refraction angle. This is my question actually. You just already asked this question. No, already you observed the equation for the refractive index. What is that? Mu is equal to sine of delta minimum plus A divided by 2 divided by sine of A by 2 is there. Okay, now once you go through the equation and tell me that whether the refractive index of the prism is it depending upon the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Tell me in the chat box quickly. Is it depending on? No, not at all. Correct now. It is depending upon the deviation angle. Yes, right. Deviation angle and as well as the angle of the prism. दो term में depend होता है. First one is angle of the prism. This is not Einstein. Okay. Angle of the prism and deviation angle. That is a delta value. Right. On these two term only it is dependent. And one more thing, when deviation angle is minimum means you need to tell that if the refraction ray will be parallel to the base. Look at here. This is the refracting ray, right? This refraction ray should be parallel to the base. Here base is BC. At this condition only delta is minimum. When it is maximum then, okay, I have a question. When delta is maximum, when delta is maximum, minimum तो पता हो गया, it is parallel to the base means okay. Deviation when it will be maximum, angle of incidence should be 90 degree. Okay, in this condition the deviation should be, so deviation will be maximum. Clear? Okay, you have any? Coming to the next point, thin prism or minimum deviation. A thin prism क्या होता है? Actually prism means prism only. Prism में अंदर से और एक prism है thin prism. Actually we are dividing the prism. You might be observed the prisms in your laboratory, right? All the prisms don't have a same size, right? Here also thin prism means इसको एक condition होता है, क्या है ना, इसका angle होता है ना, right? Angle of the prism, angle of prism, it should be less than 10 degree. It should be less than 10 degree. Those kind of a prism we call thin prism. Those kind of a prism we call thin prism. Clear है ना? Okay, in thin prism में we need to find out the minimum deviation. What will be the minimum deviation? Actually 10 डिग्री से ज्यादा होता है ना, उसको फाइंड मिनिमम डिविएशन फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हमारे पास एक इक्वेशन है, डेल्टा इज इक्वल टू I1 प्लस I2 माइनस ही, बट वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट हियर मिनिमम डिविएशन. करेक्ट है ना? मिनिमम डिविएशन के लिए कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है, सोचो एक बार. Similar way, we need to apply the first Snell's law here. Okay, here the triangle A, B, C, not triangle, this is a prism. Okay, if any ray will be incident on this prism means again it will be get refracted. This is a process. Correct now? Here if you apply the Snell's law means how can we write this one as? Dekho, mu G with respect to mu A. First surface I'm going to take, that's it. Is equal to sin I divided by sin R. करेक्ट ना? म्यू ए का वैल्यू कितना होता है एक्चुअली गाइस? 1 होता है, 1. करेक्ट ना? इफ द वैल्यू इज द म्यू ए वैल्यू विल बी 1 मींस जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई हियर. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम, मल्टीप्लाई फर्स्ट. म्यू जी sin r is equal to mu a sin I. करेक्ट ना? बेसिक वन. हियर mu a रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ द प्रिज्म आई विल टेक mu. ओके, mu a का वैल्यू क्या है? 1, right? And the angle of a prism is 10 degree, very much less, correct? Less than 10 degree hai. Then angle of incidence, angle of refraction, these are also very small, no? Correct what I'm saying? For that reason here I'm considering sin r. I will write the sin r as an r and sin I as an I. You can write like this, no? For small angles, for small angles, then this equation will become, देखो इधर क्या होता है, म्यू जी का वैल्यू क्या है? प्रिज्म का म्यू है, आई एम राइटिंग दिस वन हियर, म्यू. साइन आर का वैल्यू जस्ट आर इज इक्वल टू म्यू ए का वैल्यू है 1, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ द एयर, एंड साइन आई into 1 means it will be I only. Correct now? We got angle of incidence is mu r. Correct now? We got angle of incidence mu r. First we have one more equation to find out the deviation. What is that? Here I written now. देखो इधर एक बार. Equation number 1 I will call. Correct now? General equation angle of incidence I is equal to mu times the r आ गया है. If I'm going to take the value of I1 means I can write this one as an mu into R1, right? And if I write I2 is equal to mu into R2, clear enough? Now substitute these two values in this equation number 1. Correct ना? क्या होता है देखो इधर next step में next step delta is equal to I1 means mu R1 minus I2 means mu R2 minus A is there. Correct now? This is plus not minus. Right? Now in दोनों term में we can take mu as a common. If you take mu as a common means mu into R1 plus R2 minus A होता है. And one more thing we know that R1 plus R2 it is nothing but angle of the prism. Yesterday we derived this one. Right? Now substitute the value of R1 plus R2 is equal to A, angle of a prism. Then what? Then the equation will become mu A minus A होता है. Correct now? Again from this equation we can take A as a common. Then delta will become mu minus 1. If you take common A as is outside A. Right? For thin prism, if you want to find out the value of refractive index or angle of deviation, you can use this formula. You can use this formula. How we derive this formula? Actually, we know one formula. Deviation find out करने के लिए क्या है? Delta is equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. This is what the equation we know. From this equation, what I did actually I applied the cells now. Correct now? It's a basically the prism is a small angle, right? उसमें refraction वो होता तो और incident angle होता ना वो बहुत छोटा सा angle होता है, right? Then we can take here angle of sin r है ना, sin r means sin of the angle of refraction, sin of the angle of incidence. ये दोनों small means we can take as an r itself and I itself. And sin of the r can be written as means sin theta can be written as theta. Like that, in that way I'm saying here. Okay, sin r can be written as r, sin I can be written as I. Clear? Then onwards, if I'm going to substitute these values in this Snell's law, then I will get I value will be equal to mu times the r. This is a general equation what I get. Okay, if I need actually find out the value of the minimum deviation, delta value. Correct now? To find out the value of delta, I1 plus I2 minus A is there. But I1 value we needed to substitute here. But I have a general equation I. If I want to write the I1 value means it will become mu times the R1. Mu will be constant. No, constant means is the value of refractive index. It will be constant. And then R1 refraction angle change होता है. Correct ना? I2 is equal to mu to R2. Substitute these two values here, then you will get an answer for the deviation for a thin prism. Delta is equal to mu minus 1 into A. This is very important for your board examination, guys. Maybe 2 marks question बनता है, right? Be careful. If you have any doubt, means let me know. Is there any doubt? Yes. Good. Okay. Next concept है dispersion. Dispersion. क्या है dispersion? Right here I written like that: splitting of beam of white light into its constituents colors and passing through the prism. एक prism है ना, एक prism एक जादूगर है. जादूगर है क्या? नहीं तो है ना. Actually here phenomena we are observing what happens when a light will be falling on it. Correct है ना? This is a prism basically. Look at it. A, B, C. This is a prism. Okay. On this prism, I'm introducing or incidenting the white light. White light. ये white light होता है क्या nature में? I have a question. Is white light is present in our nature? Is really white light is present in our nature? Let me know. No. Actually, we are receiving the light, main source is sun. No. From the sun, whatever the light radiation which is coming, no, that light radiation visible region में है ना, वो सारी के सारी 7 colors का constituent है, right? There is no particular white light here, right? That 7 color light है ना combination, we have called that one as a white light, right? That is a white light. Okay, either white light I'm going to incidenting on the prism. When I'm incidenting on this prism, no, opposite side में emergenting ray होता है ना, उस side में white light आना चाहिए, correct ना? But instead of white light, here I'm getting 7 colors, correct ना? Some colors I'm getting here, right? Means ये white light के अंदर 7 colors था, right? White light consisting of 7 colors, उस 7 colors को split किया, कौन? मैं नहीं यार, एक prism. इस prism ने क्या किया? वो 7 colors को distinguish कर दिया, split कर दिया. Okay, this phenomena we call the dispersion of light. Clear? Simple answer. Clear? Means splitting of 7 colors or constituent colors from the white light is called the dispersion of light. This dispersion will be happens through the prism. Okay, in nature also it is happening where rainbow will be formed no through a water molecule, right? We will discuss that one also, no problem. Is it understood, right? First thing, dispersion of light क्या होता है? जैन भी दावणगेरे. Yes, good. The 7 colors है ना, we are going to name the 7 colors as simple way. We name this one as an Vibgaya, correct ना? Vibgaya, but V means here violet, I means indigo, B means blue, G means green, Y means yellow, O means orange, R means red. These are the 7 colors. What are those colors? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Correct now? And then we need to know about, you know this all the colors, but we need to know about few more things here. क्या है ना? Either white light आया, but it splits 7 colors. Why red comes in up position? Why this violet come in down position? We need to know this. Correct now? This is what the very interesting topic from this prism. Correct? Okay. देखो इधर 7 colors है ना, विब गया 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 7 colors. Here these 7 colors are in the order of increasing order of the wavelength. Okay, from violet to red, wavelength is increasing. Wavelength is increasing in order. So no, wavelength क्या हो रहा है इधर? It is in increasing order. Okay, and from the violet to red, frequency. frequency पता है ना आपको? Frequency mu, which is in decreasing order. Okay, violet का wavelength क्या है? Sorry, it will be around 3500. If you 3500 angstrom means, okay, red का wavelength होता है around 6500 angstrom, right? In this way the wavelength is increasing here. Correct ना? Wavelength को refraction को क्या relation है, right? Actually ये एक scientist आता है, yes, देखो इधर साइंटिस्ट आता है, साइंटिस्ट का नाम था काउची. कहाँ आता है? हमारा क्लास में नहीं आता है वो, ऑलरेडी मर चुका है. Right, Kauchi? Actually, given on equation, there is a relation between a refractive index and as well as the wavelength. Right? क्या था वो इक्वेशन में? Refractive index value will be equal to a plus b by lambda square plus c by lambda 4. Like this one equation he given. Okay. Either we need to concentrate only on lambda and as well as the refractive index. A, B, C, they are all constant values. Okay. Here, how the refractive index is proportional to the lambda, we need to know. Here, mu is actually inversely proportional to the lambda square. Correct now? Means here, yes, yes, Ashwini, right. Okay, ये क्या हो रहा है ना? If the wavelength of a light is more, means उसको refractive index क्या होता है? Less होता है. कैसे होता है? Actually, we are taking one prism, means just imagine करो. A prism means इसका refractive index है 1.5. कितना है refractive index? 1.5. But here ये lambda के लिए refractive index कम होता जाता है क्या? Is it happening really? Yes, but the refractive index of the prism will physically not change actually. Okay, it will be same, constant, there is no change. But each and every color के लिए ये value ज़्यादा होता हो, कम और ज़्यादा होता है. कैसे? I will tell you. ये violet color है ना? Look at here. Actually, we know that this is a medium of water. देखो इधर, सुनो सुनो सुनो, it's very important. This is a medium of water. If any ray of light is incidenting on it, means like this, okay, it will be refract towards the normal. ये normal के तरफ bend होता है. Correct है ना? Okay. Now I'm going to change the water with oil. Oil का refractive index क्या होता है? More than the water. Correct ना? First time this is a refracted ray here. This is a refracted angle. Second time if I'm going to consider the oil, means refraction angle क्या होता है? बहुत कम होता है. Means if it is refraction angle कम हो रहा है, means the refractive index of the medium is increased. Correct है ना? But इधर same medium है, medium change नहीं हो रहा है, but the color है ना, वो white color में 7 colors था ना, right? 7 colors में ये violet को wavelength कितना है? 3500, if you want to imagine 3500 angstrom. ये बहुत कम है. Look here, the wavelength is कम. देखो, mu is inversely proportional to lambda, no, lambda square. Wavelength is less, means refractive index for that light will be more. Correct now? If refractive index more for that light, means the light will be bent more. Correct now? That's why the violet color bends more. Correct now? Look here, this is a white light direction actually. From the white light direction, देखो इधर violet से इंसिडेंट लाइट डायरेक्शन तक होता है ना एंगल, डिविएशन एंगल, ये बहुत होता है. मींस वायलेट कलर will deviate more among all the colors. Is it right? Did you understood this concept, guys? Let me know through the chat box. Not chat box, chat box. Is it understood? Yes, right. Cool. Now second thing, for red color के लिए क्या होता है? वेवलेंथ बहुत ज्यादा होता है. करेक्ट ना? सपोज जस्ट इमेजिन वायलेट कलर के लिए रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स है 1.5. ओके, इंडिगो क्या होता है? 1.48 होता है. एंड देन ब्लू कलर के लिए 1.46. लाइक दिस रेड कलर के लिए मैक्सिमम 1.4 होता है. मींस actual physical refractive index will be same. Due to the wavelength, the refractive index for the red क्या हो गया? So value कम हो गया. Correct ना? That's why we are telling here the refractive index of the material medium for the colors, it is inversely proportional. How? Due to their wavelengths. Clear है ना? I will explain through this graph. Then maybe you will get a good idea about it. Okay. इसको वॉश करना है. हाँ, in x-axis I will take the wavelength. Wavelength means first violet, indigo, blue, and then after blue we've got my G, Y, O, R. Correct? These are the 7 colors which are in increasing order of the wavelength. Violet color के लिए I will take in y-axis direction refractive index in y-axis. ये ज़्यादा bend हो रहा है ना violet color. For that reason we can say for violet refractive index is more from the prism. Indigo less bend हो रहा है compared to violet. Then the value of refractive index will be less. इसको इधर आता है. Correct ना? Blue के लिए और कम होता है refractive index इधर. करेक्ट ना ग्रीन के लिए और कम येलो के लिए और कम ऑरेंज और कम रेड के लिए और कम करेक्ट ना मींस the wavelength order is increasing means refractive index keep on decreases. Just join all these lines guys, you will get on curve, right? Correct na? This graph indicating the variation of refractive index through the color of a light from the prism. Clear? Let me know. Sound is low, sir. Guys, I'm talking very loudly only. I don't know. तस्वीर को बोल दो यार, एक स्पीकर लेकर डालने के लिए हो गया. Just for a joke, not serious. Okay. So which part I want to explain again? Okay, I will explain this. Simple का तरीका, right? Either 7 colors are splitted by the white color. Correct now? Here in this 7 color, most deviating color is violet because for this violet it has a less amount of wavelength. This is explained by the Cauchy. Given on the equation, refractive index is inversely proportional to the square of the wavelength. Wavelength is come here means refractive index ज़्यादा होता है. If refractive index is more means the light will bend more. That's why here wavelength is less means उसको refractive index ज़्यादा होता है. That's why violet light will bend more. Correct ना? And then indigo का wavelength क्या होता है? Violet के लिए ज़्यादा होता है. Violet compare करने के लिए violet से compare करने से ज़्यादा होता है. उस समय compared to the violet, the indigo will bend little less. Correct ना? In that way only, for the red color, wavelength is too ज़्यादा compared to the violet. That's why it will bend less amount. Correct ना? Here, deviation angle is more for the violet color, least for the red color. Correct now? And these are the deviation angles. Okay, what if they are asking for the mean deviation? Mean deviation color. Correct now? Is 7 colors है ना? Whip, गया, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. इसमें mean color कौन सा है? What is the mean color among these 4? Mean color means definitely we'll choose middle of middle color. Correct now? Green, but it is not like that. Here, the yellow color is the mean color. Right, sir? Correct now? Yellow color is the mean color. Means while you're taking the averaging value, actually here the lambda value of lambda is in increasing order. When you take the average value, okay, when you take the average value, yellow you will get a mean color. Clear? Oh, we'll move to the next point. Yes. Angular dispersion. Just a minute, guys. Yes. Angular dispersion क्या होता है? Now you got an idea about the dispersion, correct now? Dispersion. Dispersion means a ray of light which is incidenting on the prism surface. That ray of light, what kind of ray of light it is? Actually, it is a bond of 7 colors, means white light we have said. Correct now? Or ray of light which is incidenting on the prism surface means after refraction, that white light will be split into 7 colors. Correct now? This is called the dispersion. Here they are asking the angular dispersion. Angular dispersion is very simple, guys. Here actually we are taking the while calculating angular dispersion, between two colors, extreme two colors. Here देखो, it is a difference between a angle of deviation between a two extreme colors. Two extreme colors कौन कौन होता है? रेड वाला, वायलेट वाला. है इधर इंडिगो गायब हो गया है, डालो इधर, इंडिगो भी है. करेक्ट ना? इंडिगो, वायलेट, इंडिगो, ब्लू, ग्रीन, येलो, ऑरेंज. एक कलर मिस हो गया है. I didn't look into it. Okay, no problem. Okay ना? Two extreme colors we want, actually we have no worries. Okay, mean deviation here we have to take from violet color to red color. Again, from violet to incident light, extended incident light tak hota hai na angle, we call this one as angle of deviation for the violet color. Correct na? And as well as from the red color to the extended incident ray tak hota hai na, this is called the angle of deviation for the red color. Right, this is what the dispersion, sorry, angular dispersion. But we need to find out the angular dispersion means mean value. Correct है ना? Angular dispersion mean value क्या होता है? देखो इधर, actually delta is equal to mean deviation के लिए क्या किया था हम? mu minus 1 into a. Correct ना? This is what the equation which we are using to find out the minimum deviation. Right, what I'm saying? If I want to write this equation for the red color के लिए क्या होता है equation? Delta R is equal to mu minus 1 into a, but here refractive index you can't write mu itself because for the color, red color, mu value is different. Correct na? That's why you need to represent here with mu R. Correct na? For the violet, for the color violet, similarly delta V is equal to mu V minus 1 into a. Correct ना? We need mean deviation. Mean deviation कहाँ से होता है? Actually mid point से होता है ना? That is nothing but yellow color. First equation था ना? Mean deviation. Delta y is equal to mu y minus 1 into a. We can take like this also. Because why I'm taking mean deviation for yellow means yellow is the mean average color for out of all these 7 colors. That's why we are taking yellow as a mean deviation. Correct now? If you want to find out the change in deviation value here, means we can write like this also. Delta is equal to delta V minus delta R. Correct now? We can write like this and substitute this values delta V and delta R here. Delta V क्या है? Mu V minus 1 into A minus of mu R minus 1 into A. From these two equations, we can take A as a common. Then the remaining term will be mu V minus 1. Either minus mu R. Minus into minus plus 1 into A. A common है ना? Minus 1 plus 1. Finish. Okay. Then remaining thing here, mu V minus mu R into A. This is what the mean deviation angle for the two colors. For the two colors, this is what the mean deviation angle. Which is the mean deviation color? That is yellow. Correct now? This is what the equation. Is there any doubt? Let me know through the chat box quickly. बता दो और बता दो. हिंदी easy है यार, सीख रहा हूँ मैं. जय कनवा. Okay, it is clear. Next, dispersive power. Next concept क्या है? Dispersive power. Now you got an idea about the angle of dispersion. Correct ना? Angle of dispersion के लिए क्या equation बन गया हमारा इधर? Delta yellow is equal to mu V minus mu R into A. Correct ना? Dispersive angle क्या होता है? Power of a dispersive power. Actually, basically, what is the meaning of power? Let me know quickly. We can discuss this one later, no problem. Basic definition of the power क्या होता है? What is the basic power of power meaning? Ability to work, capacity to work. Yes, right. Some work करना है. Right now, how much work will be done by that machinery part? We can take the power. Right now, simply I want to tell is in 1 minute I can run. Yes, yes, yes. This is seventh class question, huh? Right? Okay, just imagine. Here road is there, right? This is starting point. This is me at point A. Okay, in 1 minute I will cover 1 kilometer. Right now, in the same time, either मेरा friend है Gopi, okay, he will cover around 2 kilometer. 2 kilometer distance is ज़्यादा है. Okay, 2 kilometer. I covered 1 kilometer in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes only, Gopi covers 2 kilometers. Means इधर ज़्यादा power किसको होता है? गोपी को होता है. Correct है ना? Because he work lot than me. Right? In the same way, here also this is a prism, right? This is a prism. All the prisms are not in the same way. I told you already. Correct now? Here 7 colors are splitting. Correct now? It's a power of a prism. Dispersive power means it's the power of a prism. How precisely it distinguish the all colors. How precisely it will distinguish all the colors. That one can be seen as a dispersive power. Here it's a mathematical one. No, don't go to this one. Mathematically, we can say it's a ratio of angular dispersion to the mean deviation. Correct now? But the real meaning of this one means how precisely, means how clearly the colors will be distinguished from this prism. That is what the work which will be done by the prism. No, we call that one as a dispersive power. Correct now? When we are going to find out the value of dispersive power means we are go through the mathematical, right? We are going to find out this one mathematically. How actually dispersive power को omega से represent करता है. Correct ना? I will write here dispersive power. Dispersive power is equal to, that is omega is equal to, here they say ratio of angular dispersion. Angular dispersion means last time only we find out. Correct ना? क्या था angular dispersion? Delta V minus delta R into A. Correct ना? Divided by mean deviation. Mean deviation क्या था? Delta. That's the delta. That's it now. Check it once. Just a minute. I will go back. Okay, here it is now. Mu V minus mu R. Sorry. In terms of mu, we want to write, right? Okay. Pardon. Sorry. देखो इधर. It is nothing but mu V minus mu R into A divided by mu minus 1 into A. Correct? This is a mean deviation. Color तो yellow होता है. A से A मर गया. Then dispersive power omega will be equal to mu V minus mu R divided by mu Y minus 1. Correct? This is what the equation for dispersive power. Clear? Let me know, is it clear? Is there anything I want to discuss further? No. This is all about today's class, guys. Okay. And almost all prism khatam ho gaya. Based on this prism, okay, few applications are there. Application means daily life mein what we are going to observing in our nature. That's a rainbow formation. Correct now? And then why the sky is appearing blue and why the sky sun is appearing red when it is rising up and as well as when it is set down. Correct now? And why the clouds are looking like a white color. Okay, these are the few applications. We are going to discuss this application in a tomorrow class. Okay, and before that, right, I have few problems here. Okay, we'll solve the problem. First, I will give a hint how to solve this one. then I'm going to expect you from your side. What is the answer from the answer for this question? Intensity and energy. Huh? Okay, I will explain you. Okay, give me a couple of minutes. I will explain. Okay, first you go through this problem. Okay, problem says here when light ray incident on a prism at an angle 45 degree, means a prism here, the prism ABC. Okay, it is incidenting at an angle 45 degree, means the given angle of incidence is 45 degree. Correct? The minimum deviation is obtained. Okay, if the refractive index of the material prism is root 2, refractive index they given root 2, then the angle of a prism will be, what is the angle of prism they are asking? Minimum deviation है, correct ना? Angle of the prism पूछा है calculate करने के लिए. Okay, बता दो what is the answer for this question among these four options. I will give you 2 minutes of time. Okay, let me know. Did you got answer, guys? Angle of prism calculate करना है. intensity. So Ravi, is this question from dear nature of matter or general question you are asking? Okay, did you guys any answer? अरे यार क्यों क्या हो गया कंडीशन भी दे दिया ना मिनिमम डेविएशन क्या है वेव ऑप्टिक्स में ओके आई विल ट्राई म्यू इज इक्वल टू एक्चुअली sin I by sin R है ना we need to find out the value of mu angle of incidence already they given we need to find out the value of R R क्या होता है यार minimum deviation में I told you right R1 plus R2 का वैल्यू क्या है ये को इक्वल है right here minimum deviation means R1 value will be equal to R2 correct now then what we can do this one R1 plus R2 means it is nothing but 2R is equal to A correct now R is equal to A by 2 right what I'm saying take this equation R value substitute here right that's it correct answer mu is equal to sin I value 45 degree है divided by R value पता नहीं sin of A by 2 है we need to find out the value of angle no take this one to the left hand side sin of A by 2 guys meanwhile do participate in NPS do participate in NPS guys okay sin of A by 2 is equal to sin 45 means it is nothing but 1 by root 2 करेक्ट ना म्यू को इधर लेकर आने से क्या होता है म्यू का वैल्यू कितना है रूट 2 करेक्ट जस्ट क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन देन रूट 2 into root 2 it is nothing but 2 then it will be sin of A by 2 just a minute sin of A by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 now A by 2 value will be equal to sin को right hand लेकर आने से क्या होता है sin inverse of 1 by 2 sin inverse of 1 by 2 का वैल्यू क्या है it is nothing but 30 degree no then A by 2 value will be equal to 30 degree A का वैल्यू कितना होता है 2 मल्टीप्लाई करने से इधर 60 degree होता है this is what correct now hence the correct option for among these four will be option D right answer okay I hope it is understood right so Ravi I will contact you later no worries okay after this call after this class I will contact you okay I will clear that one. Okay this is a question okay and next thing I will give you a few homework problems also try to do this one in a home okay next class we will solve this one homework okay I will send this one in a group or else you may take a screenshot also no problem few problems are there around 4 problems no only 2 problems take this one also as a homework okay in tomorrow class we'll discuss these 2 problems and then we'll jump into the optical instruments that's the last topic in wave optics okay I will definitely try to complete the wave of ray optics by tomorrow evening okay if you have any doubt regarding about today's class, let me know through the chat box, or else you can drop the call. No problem. Is there any doubt? Yes, good, good, good. Okay, guys. Then we'll see in our tomorrow class. Until then, take care. Bye bye.